I'm honored to be here, driving around and looking in the faces of the people. I can see that the struggle here is real.
Yes, ma'am.
I see it. And it's the same in every city that we go to. Every city, our people are wearing the strain of 400 plus years of brutality, of racism, of savage oppression from these people that we keep trying to get to love us, and they keep trying to show us that that's not going to happen. So, like Griff said, you know, the savior complex that we have as a people is killing us. We're not trying to, we don't want followers. We're trying to build people.
That's right. Amen.
That's our goal. So when people write me, when sisters write me and tell me about their struggle, I want to be like you. What do you read? How did you get to where you are? No, sis. It's only so much you're going to get from these books. Having knowledge of self and having knowledge of yourself is two totally different things.
All right.
Good point.
You can read every book in this room and still be lost. All of us have issues that come with living in a system of racism, white supremacy. Some of us are addicted to shopping. Some of us are addicted to porn. Some of us are addicted to gossip. Some of us are addicted to reality TV. Some of us are addicted to savage behavior. You have to work that out. The books are only going to get you to a certain level. Then you got to put the books down. Because you are a book. You are a Bible.
That's right.
You are a Quran. The sixth sexual assault on our youth. My book, Black Matters, is going to be out at the end of the next month. Now, I know we probably have some really intelligent brothers and sisters in here. Like Griff said, the teachers who are looking for students, they always consult me. Because they think that I'm a student looking for a teacher because I'm a woman. So the brothers always want to come and try to school me on something. You call yourself a black woman. You're not black. We're Moors. We're Africans. We're Hebrews. I'm all of that. I own all of that. But none of that defines me. I am that I am. So when I call myself a black woman, I'm talking about the essence of my God self. I'm talking about the divine mind that was in the original creator. Man, woman, whatever you want to call it. We're talking about a physical being who put all of this in motion. Kemet told you, we just don't understand what they were telling us. The Dogon told you, we just don't understand what they were telling us. I heard a brother who swears by African cosmology and African history. He told me God was a spirit. I said, bro, I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say. We got to go back and look through the books. Well, they said this. I've been studying Africa since 17 years old. Now, if you know something that I don't know, then please tell me about it. But if you have a problem with me telling my brothers and sisters that the God self is in them, then you're going to have to prove that beyond emotion and what white people taught you about who you are. Because none of our ancestors taught us that God was a spirit or a spook. We had councils. We had priestesses. We had emperors. We had brothers and sisters who had profound knowledge, far beyond anything that this world has today. We got to tap back into that knowledge. This book right here, the Book of Ptah Hotep, one of the oldest books on record in the world. This is the key right here. I existed before any existence. So don't try to confine me to the fact that I'm light-skinned, or the fact that I got wavy hair, or the fact that you don't know where I'm from, or the fact that I came from nowhere. I existed before existence.
That's right.
I'm a descendant of the Creator.
Come on.
We'll talk about that again. The Black Matters. You can't punch me in with that Muslim, that Christian, that Hebrew Israelite, that Moorish. Don't do that to me.
That's right.
I've studied all of them. I take ownership and responsibility to all of them. We are all of them. We have to understand all of these things in the proper context. That's why we're so lost. If the Hebrew Israelites got all the answers, then show it and prove it in our people. You ain't got to argue me up and down about it. If the Nation of Islam got all the answers, then show and prove in the people. Elijah Muhammad said, just put the clean glass next to the dirty glass and let the people decide. The people have spoken. And I think that the lack of sympathy and empathy that we have right now for one another speaks volumes. I'm going to talk about some specific cases that have happened to us. And we watch them and we watch them on the news and we shake our heads and then we don't do anything about them. Are you more worried that our boys are killing each other or loving each other? How about both? Because either way it's suicide. The most powerful thing that you can do as a man or a woman is to reproduce yourself. That's infinity. So I'm not anti-homosexual, I'm pro-life. I'm pro-black. So you're not going to beat me over the head with that. And being homophobic in the truest definition of the word, depending on who you ask, homo can mean two different things. It can mean man, or it can mean, can't remember the other one. His brother broke it down. But in the Greek definition of it is man. So homophobic means that you fear men. No, we don't fear men. You fear men. That's why you want to be a woman. So we have to understand the contextualization of these words so that when they attack us, because they coming, and when my book hits the streets, I know they're going to be gunning for me. Because I'm gunning for them. Not on an individual basis, but the lifestyle. The damage that it's doing to our children. We can't stand by and act like it's not happening. You can't act like brothers ain't walking up and down the street, walking and sashaying like women. In 2013, I should say 2012, 170,000 black children went missing age 17 and under. Not 1,700, not 17,000, 170,000 in 2012. Missing, gone. 230,000 black people went missing that year. 42% of all abducted children are black. And 2,000 children go missing every day. I mean, just those statistics alone are staggering to me. Then when it's your child, or when it's your cousin, or when it's your niece, then you want to get involved. We're too defensive. We're not proactive. It's too many men in this room for our young daughters and sons to be coming up missing. When she's in the room, everybody in this room is on post. I don't care if you have children or not. When she's in the room, everybody in this room is on post. That goes for the little snotty nose, nappy-headed, eye rolling, neck snapping, loud mouth. The ones that irritate you when you're standing in line at the grocery store, you want to pop them. Those are our children. Relisha Rudd, 8 years old, from Washington, D.C., missing, gone. They're saying that she was actually, she's been taken into the slave trade market. Sold. Her mother may have had something to do with it, her family may have had something to do with it, but there's a market for 8-year-old black girls in the United States of America. That is something to be alarmed about.
Especially if they're
Well, if more than likely an 8-year-old is going to be a virgin. That's why they want them young. What are we going to do about this? Did you know that more than 60% of black women are molested before the age of 16? See, we don't understand why sisters walking around with attitudes, mad at the world, got a chip on their shoulder. We don't understand the deep essence of what pain that sister is feeling. And we don't even care anymore. Grandmothers, aunties, mothers, the sisters that have gone through the struggle, that have been the glue in our communities. They still held us together, but they've been holding pain. And they've been hiding other people's pains too. These are secrets that are being passed down in our families. Uncles and men in our families who are child molesters. Nobody checking them. You just keep your children away from them. But what about the other children on the block that are going to be susceptible to that? A number of sources show that the average child sexual offender commits sexual acts against between 70 and 380 children in his career. The Department of Justice states that there are now 4 million predators in this country. 4 million. In 20 to 30 years, those predators will have infected somewhere between 280 and 1.5 billion people. You know where they at? They in the schools teaching. They're coaches. Look at Sandusky. You know most of those little boys was black.
Yeah.
That's why they kept it, swept it under the rug. That's why nobody said anything. That's why when the assistant coach walked into the room and saw him raping a little boy, he didn't say anything because it didn't resonate with him. It's cool for a young black boy. That's fodder. If it would have been a little white boy, it would have been a different story. That ain't even news anymore. Cleo Monago, how many of you have heard that name? Cleo Monago is a homosexual male. He's from Oakland, California. Unfortunately, that is my city. I'm going to be the one that's going to strip him of all rights to my city, but he is being funded by the government. He has an extreme amount of funding to the tune of 10 million plus to go into the school systems and teach diversity training as well as teach what you're about to see in this video. This is an emotional rape that's about to take place with a room of, I would say, 5 to 7 young black 13 to 17-year-olds. I saw that. So this white reporter who fought this, who researched this for years and tried to break the story. I'm not saying he was doing it for our people. He probably wanted to get some political gain or, whatever his reasoning for it. I thank this dude for doing what he did because he exposed him. He said, the saddest fact that I've learned is nobody matters less to our society than young black women. Nobody. Under investigation, R. Kelly was, for 2 years before the story broke, by the Sex Crimes Unit of the Chicago Police. He would go to a school called Kenwood Academy. A local gospel legend taught that gospel choir there, and the sister who was running the school knew that he was coming there and frequenting his school. For the Christians in the room, I have a question. Why are your pastors so silent on these issues? If you're attending a church right now and your pastor's not talking about homosexuality, you need to exit stage left. If your pastor is not talking about pedophilia, challenging the Catholic Church about raping boys, something is wrong. But unfortunately, a lot of our churches have taken backdoor bribes and are taking money now, so they don't have any power. He would go to a school, I read that, he would go there to the sophomore class and hook up with girls afterwards and have sex with them. One affair with a young girl lasted 1.5 years. It ended, and she tried to commit suicide. She was recruiting other girls. They would all have sex together. Dozens of girls came forward. The most famous was a young girl he urinated on. This was a rape caught on tape. He was acquitted on the videotape, but he was never charged with rape. They tried to charge him with child pornography. He lost that. They lost that. He didn't get acquitted for that, but they never charged him with rape.